What's up, folks? The video you're getting ready to watch is basically a rebroadcast of a live stream that I did on Instagram on the night of November the 30th of 2019. So I have to apologize on the front end. The video and audio quality is not the best in the world. It was all shot from my iPhone, so it is in portrait mode, not landscape. Oops. So apologize for the black bars you're going to see somewhere in this area. Imagine that these are black bars. Yeah, like that. Black bars, black bars. That's what you're going to see, something like that. So, apologize for that. Hopefully you'll find something useful out of this video and or entertaining. If you do find something useful, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below and ring the bell, ding, 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 for notifications. And yeah, I will be putting a lot more content out moving forward. Got some exciting new things coming down the pipeline, including a number of gear reviews, plug-in reviews, and some changes to the studio space that you see around you as well that I'll be looking forward to sharing with everyone. Hope you find this to be a useful video, and hope you're all doing awesome out there. Alright people, I decided to do this as a live stream as opposed to a story just for time's sake, because obviously stories are going to limit how long this will go for, and this may take a little while to play around with some of the effects and stuff. So let me flip the camera around, I'll kind of show you the signal chain, and we'll get started experimenting with what we can do with tape looping through effects after it's music recorded onto tape. This is live, so obviously I didn't rehearse this. Music recorded onto tape, and then the tape looping back through effects and back into the DAW where we can really warp and manipulate the heck out of it. So let me flip the camera around. There we go. And so let's look at the signal chain first off. I have my given to me, basically, or long-term loan to me, thanks to a wonderful friend, Tascam CD-A630 cassette deck. That, most importantly for this purpose, has a pitch control on the cassette deck where you can speed up and slow down the cassette. I'm going to set that back at default, and also has Dolby noise reduction that you can turn on and off as well, which can help. Going out of that into my new neighbor Immerse Mark II Verb pedal, and out of that into my TC Electronics Alter Ego Vintage Echo x4 or X4 into the DAW. The track that you see that's gray there means that it's muted. That's the original signal with nothing. That's just how I recorded it into the DAW. Oop. Didn't have it at the start. Sounds like this. And just for those of you that didn't see the video, I posted a short video earlier on my profile. That is my Ibanez RG going into a Boss chorus pedal, into a distortion pedal, modified Lily of the West Instruments modified Boss distortion pedal, DS1, going into my Immerse Mark II, going into the Alter Ego, and then recording into the DAW. So that's the original sound. Now what we're going to do for this purpose, though, is we're going to mute that guy, and we're going to arm Audio 2 for the recording, which is what is going to be coming in from the cassette player. So we'll start out by just hitting record, and then we will go from there. So notice we're recording, we're in the negative, we are now starting to record. So let's hit the play on the cassette deck so it will start generating some sound. And this is the cassette itself playing. Dolby noise reduction is on. Off, you can hear a big difference. Probably leave it off initially. So, what can you do with this? First off, the tape loop, like I said, the tape has a pitch control, so listen to the difference here. We'll start turning it down. Or it can be turned up faster than normal. So we'll default it back to where it started. And let's go faster. So you may be thinking, okay, great, what you can pitch it, what does that mean? You can kind of warble and manipulate it a little bit. So things like so So that's the starting point of what we're working with. Now, let's start playing a little bit with the effects. Oh, and FYI, that counter is in seconds, and I've got about 10 minutes or 600 seconds of this recorded where it was looping out of the DAW, so that gives you an idea of what type of sound we have. So, let's put some effects on. Start by bringing the reverb on, and we're going to start with a big hall setting. Start noticing a difference there, probably. There it is with it versus without it. So let's play with some of the reverb effects a little. Let's bring the mix up to where it's full verb. So it's becoming very ambient sounding. Bring the depth up too. Obviously everything's backwards, the pedal's upside down. And then let's play with the pitch. This is where it gets really cool. So let's start pitching that down. Bring a little bit of the original signal back in. Now let's put some delay on it too, or some echo, pardon me. Delay level up. Gotta bring the preamp levels down a little bit, so we're peaking a little bit. So look at those guys. See the red there means we're distorting. So let's bring those down a little bit. Channel 2, channel 1. That should be better. So now let's start playing again. Let's bring back up the depth of the verb. And let's bring that pitch back down sometime. This is where it gets interesting in terms of the kind of a drone. And let's bring the mix back up to full wet as well. Something like this, even without the verb, or without the echo, pardon me. Still starts getting very interesting droning kind of pad sounds. And if we start playing with that a little more, go into a different setting. Right now we are on wet, which is the biggest one, so let's change it. Let's go to a plate setting. We get this, notice the pitch totally changed. Bring the wet signal back down a little bit so we get some of the original signal. Difference in sound there. Let's turn the Dolby noise reduction on to get rid of some of that hiss. You hear all that hiss? Kill some of that. There we go. So now, let's bring the wet level back up. And the depth. It starts getting a little chaotic, so we'll bring it back out a little bit. And let's play with the tone setting a little bit on this. a little brighter sounding. So let's switch the verb again, and let's now go to the next setting, which you probably can't see very well there, but it is a hall setting. So let's go to that. The reverb kind of resets itself every time we change sound, so that's why it takes a little bit to build back up. Let's do a little echo again. And let's bring some speed back into it a little bit here. See what else we get. Turn the tone back up, make it a little brighter. And let's bring the wet level back up again. Make it where it's almost all reverb. Turn the depth down a smidge, but make it all verb. So let's try a different one. How about a spring reverb? Or let's go to a slightly out of tune reverb. Finally, let's put shimmer on it, which basically adds some high frequency content. Turn that tone down again. And now let's bring it back to where we started on wet. Hey John, welcome. Just playing around with some tape looping and stuff with some music here, so I'll go back through the signal chain real quick since you just joined. Got something I recorded in my DAW that's going out into a tape deck. The tape's playing, going through a reverb pedal, going through a echo pedal, and back into the DAW recording it. Getting close to the end of the time. I've only got 600 seconds of recording, so we're almost there. Yeah, I'm digging it too. This is my first time playing around with it. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to bring the reverb up real high as we get towards the end here, because we're almost done. Almost out of tape anyway. And then let's play a little bit with some filtering in the DAW. So let's do this and let's start cutting out bass frequencies. And bring in more treble frequencies. And then let's bring it back full tilt with everything. And we are just about out of tape time as far as what's recorded, so bring some of the original signal back in. Let me know, man. I would love that. That'd be super cool. Anything that you need sound for, I'm definitely looking to collaborate with people, so definitely let me know anything you want to do like that. Just shoot me a message on here or shoot me a message on Facebook, one or the other. Since we're almost out of tape, I'm going to bring everything back up just to give it a little bit more weirdness. And we'll sweep some frequency. Thank you. Me too. I'm totally digging this. Like I said, this is my first time playing around with looping, but it's pretty freaking cool. I'm really enjoying it. So, and now we will just turn on some delay. Turn the feedback up so it'll kind of feed into itself indefinitely. That's what I'm doing down here. Turn the delay level up so it keeps going. And bring the time up too. And then final thing, I think it'd be nice to kind of fade out the volume here, so let's do that as well. So let's go over to here and fade it out as we go. And it's going to keep feeding back on itself for a while, so the only thing left to do is to kill the delay. That's a good question. Right now, all we're hearing is just the indefinite echo from the alter ego, because the original tape, you'll see here, it's counting, but there's nothing going on the tape. I can actually, if I'm correct, I can actually stop the tape, and this will keep going. Yeah, that's just the reverb feeding back on itself at this point. So let's see what we can do here on the time of the delay, maybe. Maybe something more like that. I'll turn the level up so you can hear it a little better. And then we can bring it down even slower. And then, just for fun, let's see if we can pitch it down so it sounds more like a heartbeat or something like that. So let me throw a filter on here. We go to pitch shifter, stereo. Oh, I agree completely. Yeah, that'd be awesome for something like that. So let's pull up pitch shifter. It's probably gonna take a minute for, oh, I'm recording, sorry, so it's not gonna let me do that. But I'm recording everything that's playing, so it will keep going, and I can go in and manipulate the heck out of it at that point. Let's cut out some of the high frequencies, see if that makes a difference. A little bit, not a huge difference. But then we can throw a gain plug-in on it to get some level back, since it's just feeding back on itself at this point. Yeah, I agree. I think that'd be pretty cool. Hey, man, I think I'm about running out here. It looks, the echoes are finally dying out, so I'm going to cut it. I appreciate you tuning in to watch, and just keep an eye out on the channel. I'll be putting a lot of stuff up like this on my YouTube and on Instagram. And definitely, let me flip this camera around. Definitely, if you're interested in collaborating on something, John, you need some sound for a project or something like that, or music, I would love to work with you on it. Just hit me up, like I said, via DM on here, or hit me up via a DM on YouTube, either one. Hey, for those of you that just joined, kind of hitting the very tail end of this here, I was doing a live stream with some tape looping. It's pretty much faded out at this point, so I've actually stopped the tape from playing, and you'll hear it there. That is literally just the reverb just kind of feeding back on itself and the echo feeding back on itself. I'll flip the camera back around so you can see what I had going on here. But had my Tascam CDA 630, had about 10 minutes of a tape loop that I recorded of a guitar into it. going into a reverb pedal, going into my New Neighbor Immerse Mark II reverb pedal, going into my TC Electronics Alter Ego, and then into the DAW. So what you're hearing at this point is literally just what's left over of the reverb tail that's coming in and out from the pedals themselves, and the memory of the pedals. Here we may be able to get a little bit of frequency response back by pulling out some of the wet knob on the... Yeah, they were pretty much done. There's not really much left at this point. So, and you'll see here as I pull out the depth knob and start backing this off, it's just gonna pretty much kill the sound. So. And then same thing with the delay, the feedbacks, because they're on infinite feedback, so it's just looping into itself indefinitely. So as we take that out, and it'll speed up the time. So, gonna stop that. Let me flip the camera back on. That was about 17 minutes of live recording, just doing some tape looping stuff. I'm going to try to save this live stream and put it up on my YouTube, and also put a link to part of it, obviously, here on Insta as well. So make sure to check that out and see what you think about that. Otherwise, I'm going to be trying to do live videos like this probably once a week. I'm also, once I get an interface, I'm going to start doing some live stream with my DSLR, so a little bit better quality. Probably be doing that predominantly on my YouTube channel once a week, but I'll be posting that up here on Insta so everybody knows about it. So I hope you all are having a great weekend. Hope you have a good night. I think we're getting close to eating dinner here at our place. So everyone, take care.